Good morning, everybody. Back here walking in our paddock area on another grand and glorious morning. It's Monday morning. There's this huge high pressure system parked over us. It's just keeping all the rain and the clouds to the south of us. Sorry, family and friends down in Pittsburgh, but this is what we are going to get for the whole next week. And we've had it for the past few days as well. It's awesome. But thinking about how good things are, and I'm glad for that, there are times when things don't go so well for us. And that's part of our gospel reading that's coming up this Sunday. It started this past week. It's often called Matthew's missionary discourse, meaning the words that Jesus spoke to his disciples once he told them, go on out, start doing the things that I've been doing, healing the sick, cleansing the leper, raising the dead, casting out devils, and preach the kingdom of God. God's reign of love is here. Well, it was more than just that, and that's what we get into this week. It's a bunch of Jesus' sayings that were collected by Matthew and put into one place saying, it doesn't always go well. There are some words that he says before our text for this Sunday, but this Sunday has some really cool stuff in it too. Cool stuff. He talks about being afraid. Being afraid because there are those who are going to accuse you of being in league with the devil. And those accusations are going to come from people within your own faith. People, he's speaking to the disciples, he's talking about their fellow Jews. They're going to be accusing them of being in league with Beelzebul, who was a Philistine god. And that word means Lord of the house. Yep, he said, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of any of that. And there's quite a few reasons not to be afraid, and I like one of them. As I'm out here now, you can hear the birds singing. You even hear a few chickens in the background too, but let's talk about those birds, those little birds, the sparrows and birds like that. He said, God cares for you. I mean, come off of it. You can go out and buy a couple of these little sparrows and stick them on a skewer and barbecue them. And you know how much it costs? Doesn't cost any more than going to Tim Hortons and buying a coffee and a donut. Not a bad deal. Well, he didn't exactly put it in those words, but pretty much that's what it ends up being. In other words, those sparrows are easy to come by, and they're not all that expensive. If God cares for them, he knows when any one of them fall to the ground. Don't you think he's going to care for you? Yeah. So don't be afraid. Be bold in your witness. Go out there. Be bold in sharing the love of God. Be bold in proclaiming that God's love is for everybody. Everybody. And then do something about it. Go back to the words that we had from this past Sunday. Proclaim the good news. Do acts of love. Cure the sick. Raise the dead. Cast out demons. I don't know how much of that you've done lately, nor I, but what they amount to is do the works of love that you have been called to do. Do the works of love that show that God's kingdom is already here. It's not some future by and by, we'll get through this world and one day we'll be in glory. We will be, but it all starts right now. You and I. When you go out today, take a few minutes to sit and relax like I am right now. enjoy the beauty of God's creation, listen to the birds. And when you hear them sing, remember that saying about God's love for them and how that love is there for you and for me. God's blessings be with you as you don't fear in bringing the good news to those around us. See you later.